make some baby food and some sweet potato slips at the same time. A local farmer gave us a couple sweet potatoes that are huge. So I don't know if it's the variety or if he was just that good. But in case it is the variety, I wanted to get some of these for ourselves. I'm not sure what variety they are. But I'm just going to cut off the end. You can see he had a mole or something that got into his sweet potatoes, but it's not hurt. You can see it's already got a little sprout coming out where it's been sitting in a tub in the kitchen. So no doubt that we will get sweet potato slips from this. I know a lot of people like to use a whole sweet potato to make their slips. I don't see the point of wasting, in my opinion, a whole potato for slips. I just put the end down in a bowl and pour a little water around it. You don't want too much water or it's just going to sit in it and rot. You want it to let the water evaporate out every several days and then give it fresh water. And just to give you an idea, this is the same, I did the same thing, only I used a mayonnaise lid instead of a bowl. It came off of about the same size sweet potato. You can see it's growing roots down in the bowl, even though it is starting to look like it's starting to rot around the edge. It's still in decent shape, and it will give us several sweet potato slips. I need to get this one off. It is getting pretty big. But when I take it off, I'm not going to break it off from the potato. Where these, I don't know if you can see it or not, but in between the leaf that is coming up and the stalk, there is another little shoot starting. So I'll break this off probably here. And that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6 leaflets left on the potato. And one or all of those will start a new shoot. And when I break this off, I'll just put it in a little cup of water and let it start roots on the stalk of it. I'll break off a leaf or two at the bottom so that it just don't sit and rot in the water. And once it starts to develop roots, then I will put it in a little pot of soil here in the kitchen until spring. And once this starts to take root and grow in the pot of dirt, then you can start taking slips off of the vines right out of the pot. And you don't need to get them all at once. You can get a start going whenever you like, and as they keep growing, you keep taking more slips, and they will have plenty of time to make in the garden, here anyway. These are tough sweet potatoes. Okay, I finally got that hacked into, and I only did that so that it would cook quicker because it is so big. This is a Hopi gray squash. I ordered the seed from Baker Creek. I'm very satisfied with how these turned out. We don't have a root cellar or anything like that. This has been sitting in our hallway since it was harvested before Thanksgiving. And it's still, I think it mildewed before it was brought in is the reason for those markings on it. But it has kept wonderfully. So we will definitely be planting more of these. I'm going to save these seeds. I think they are good. I did have a Black Beauty zucchini in the garden at the same time I had this planted. From the research I have done, the zucchini will not mix with the Hopi squash. But I know squash in general is very finicky about seed saving when you have more than one variety. But we're going to try it. And this squash is comparable to a butternut as far as the taste and the flavor and its keeping ability. So that can give you an idea of whether or not you think this is something you would enjoy. I'm just going to get a piece of foil to lay over top to keep them from drying out in the oven. I'm just going to put them on a sheet right along with the sweet potato. And those will go in the oven for about an hour. On my squash seeds, I have in the past fermented my squash in order to get the seeds out of the pulp, but these are pretty dry, so I think I'm just going to pick those out and find a newspaper or sale paper to spread these out on. I couldn't find any newspaper, so paper towel it is. And you don't have to get these perfectly clean. The meat of the pumpkin will just dehydrate as the seeds dry. It may not look as neat, but it will not harm the germination of them, won't hurt them in any way. I think I've got all the good seed out. There's one that's a little whiter and flatter that probably won't germinate. There's no use in keeping it. And just spread these out and leave them sitting out where they can dry for a few days. And won't be much longer before we'll get to plant some of these.